Welcome back. We're here to talk about the series for now finale of The Mandalorian, Chapter 24, The Return. I'm Derek.
I'm Jack. And already I think you're wrong because we've already got announcements for season 4.
I said for now.
Yeah, but that's
Announcements.
not a finale. That's a finale.
What's your motto for Star Wars?
Yeah.
Show me a trailer.
Show me a trailer. All right.
And I swear to God, every week for the last couple of months, it's been like I wake up and it's like, so that thing you thought was coming? It's not coming.
Remember that really cool sounding Star Wars project? Yeah. I'll forget it.
What's your R-rated Boba Fett? That's not happening. Okay, we got the same guy, though. He's going to do Dawn of the Jedi. Just kidding.
Dude, an R-rated Boba Fett is sick, and I don't even need to have like, I do want the alien nerps, but like I mostly just want blood, guts, and ass.
I wanted to say whatever the equivalent of space fuck is.
Carabast.
Carabast you mother Carabaster.
See, that's the thing. Like, you don't need to drop any real curse words. You have so many already, you scuzzhole.
This episode aired originally April 19th, 2023, the day before it mattered. I probably watched it on April 20th.
Yeah, I'm sure I did. I think I said before I would watch this and then rewatch with an ex, and then depending on what time in life, rewatch with the current girlfriend too.
Directed by Rick Famuyiwa and written by Jon Favreau.
Favreau? Oh, it's so elegant.
So this picks up right where the last episode left off. Moff Gideon is kicking everybody's ass. There's a bunch of Mando troopers flying around. And Axe Woves, with the coolest name in the galaxy, almost as cool as Trapper Wolf, is flying into space.
He wishes. And this is what you were talking about last episode, where he can just seamlessly transition, because obviously the helmet's pressurized. So you can just...
okay, we'll get to the final thoughts at the end. But this season, everybody's like, oh, that season sucked. We're just rewatching it. And I'm like, there were some weak points. But we get the scene later on with all the Mandalorians getting off the capital ship. And it's like, get them all to the drop ships. And I'm like, that seems like a lot of work. Nope. The drop ships just go. And then they just fucking zip down there with their jetpacks and slide in like they're sliding to fucking first.
Yep.
It is awesome.
Yeah, and we will get more in final thoughts, but like, this is it's not a bad season. It's just the weakest of the three is what I can say.
Yeah. Because there's so many people that were just like, oh, I didn't watch that third season, or I stopped because the third season was sucked or whatever. And I'm like, I think you stopped because the internet told you the third season sucked.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like, I think I've made it clear. I didn't want Grogu back yet, but here he is.
Yeah.
And it works. It's fine.
Yeah. He's the most unnecessary part, which we've discussed and we'll discuss again at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So it starts with what I had mentioned last time, because I got it all mixed up. Bo-Katan calling Axe Wolves and like, yo, Gideon's here. He's got a whole bunch of dudes. They have a base down here on our home.
There's a bunch of TIE interceptors on their way again.
And you got to get up there and evacuate everyone. And I mean, she gets him as he's going through the clouds where we know he's about to lose signal.
Because I mean, he's like, no problem. I'll be right back. Yep.
Yeah,
done.
Exactly.
Like, so we at least know he heard it.
Yeah. And she doesn't know she's not sure if he heard it, but that doesn't matter because she's busy. Djarin, the Mandalorian, is in captivity at the end of the last episode.
Yeah, but we're about to prove right here. Sorry, I don't mean to step on you.
Good.
This is a difference between a well-trained soldier, which they're good, as opposed to a guy who grew up with this. Every one of these little tools, he knows better. Every little maneuver that they know, he knows better.
Yeah.
Because he just fucking like, all right, I'm going to slam this guy, do that to this guy, try this. Oh, he's got his flamethrower on me. Now his flamethrower's on his buddy, and it's not like it's not flawless. He's taking licks.
Yeah. Dude, he breaks out and he just fucking snaps one of these dudes' necks, which is great.
Yeah.
Like I said last time, go for the neck.
Yeah, dude, it's a fucking Mandalorian motto. And we'll see it more in the next battle coming up. I mean, it is just like we said, they know what they're doing.
But he does get pinned down at one point, and he gets saved by Grogu with the IG-12 robot. No. Dude, I love Grogu tosses this dude and then just starts hosing him down with this medical spray.
Back to spray.
As if his armor isn't on top of him. Just like, and he's like, dude, I'm good. I am good.
He hit him like he was a fucking 80s rocker with some Aquanet. Like he's just spraying. Yeah, I'm good. Save that Bacta. We're going to probably fucking need it.
But he's like, we can't keep running, little man. If we don't take out Moff Gideon, this is never going to end. So we have to go in with no backup.
We got one backup. We got our 5.
Yeah. Because I think I can't remember now, but I think this is the point where it might be a little bit later. It doesn't matter. Axe Woves gets to the ship and he's like, send everybody in. So they do the cool thing I was talking about where they all just jump into these ships.
Our group of Bo-Katan and the ground troops have retreated to a little underground cave now just to kind of write it out.
Oh, that comes before.
Yeah, because the only point really is that I don't remember his name, but
they never gave him a name. Charles Parnell is the actor.
Charles Parnell. So Charles Parnell is the one who's like, look at these gardens. Like, well, it grew. He's like, no, he cultivated it. We found the seeds growing in the wild. They had been extinct, I guess, ever since the Civil War.
Yeah, well, dormant since before the centuries of Civil War. So they've just been like, the seeds have just been surviving underground for centuries, which is a thing that happens. So
they'll get over it eventually. Let's just wait for our time.
I mean, it's just like
when the shooting stops, we sprout again.
It's just like the amazing movie After Earth, right? With Will Smith.
Sorry, it took me for a whole thing. It's like, wait a minute, is there another movie that I'm not thinking of that's amazing?
But it's the same
Your
idea.
sarcasm was nuanced.
The same idea, right? Like, because he doesn't realize he's on Earth. That's the Shyamalan twist. But like, people have been gone, so plants are growing again. That was what would happen if we wiped ourselves out. The plants would be fine.
When we wipe ourselves out.
Yes.
I mean, they'll mutate after a nuclear winter. It's gonna be real tough for them, but they'll adapt.
Well, I said if because I'm hoping it's after we die, but probably not.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're growing the gardens down there. These nice little underground caves. I do like. She was like, I didn't know they grew on the surface. And I'm like, well, you're not on the surface per se.
I guess she just meant because they have domed cities.
Yeah.
So everything's much more controlled, probably from centuries of fighting.
And all this is happening at once. They're down there with her. He's getting out into the space and sending everybody down. He's like, I'm going to take the ship down. And the
Mando is leveling up, as it were.
Oh, but yeah, I love that whole sequence. But I like this shot of like, it's when they all jump into the drop ships, and as soon as they go down through the clouds, the TIE fighters come right back out the other way.
And you wouldn't see each other. I mean, it's like fucking no instruments are working, so it is a little Marco Polo.
Yeah.
Fish out of water.
And Mando and Grogu are sneaking around, and they have to call R5 in for help. A good thing the planet's glass, because he can roll around and get through that little cave really quickly on that nice smooth floor.
Yeah, he's got his rocket legs.
And he's like, you got to scomp in and locate Gideon.
Put your scomp link in there, yeah. Something I typically kind of hate in the Star Wars universe is tracking.
Yeah.
Because like Gideon's watching this board with one red dot and one green dot, and it's just, is it by blood? What are we doing here?
Yeah, and the green dot is smaller.
Yeah. I mean, it's like how the fobs work. It's a very weird, and I'm not saying I need everything explained, but it's just like why doesn't everybody do this all the time?
Oh, there's a book.
Yeah, there is.
There's a book that tells you. Whether it's a story or an encyclopedia or whatever, but it's there. But like, yeah, the TIE fighters are attacking the ship. They're down there. He finds the command center, and then it's what we talked about last time with the laser doors that lead up, and then there's the guards in between each level of doors.
I believe that these would be called ray shields, but I could be way off.
I think that's what you called them in episode 1, but that was 2-3 years ago that we did that one. Yeah. So I don't know.
Drank a lot of holes in my brain since then.
But it's a good move. He's like, all right, R5, I want you to deactivate them one at a time so I can fight 2 dudes at a time. Because he tells Grogu, he's like, I don't have any weapons, so this might not go well.
Yeah, we got to be brave, though. I am a weapon.
Dude, and it's fucking dope because, yeah, he levels up the way through. He gets first he grabs this dude's knife and throws it at the other dude. And then he tries to grab it before the guy falls down the endless pit.
Yeah. Like, oh, I need that back. Shit. Oh, damn it.
It's very
My
funny.
favorite new knife. Yeah, I mean, he's Bruce Willising in Pulp Fiction this whole way up, dude.
Well, and it's like they set up the troopers to be stronger as you go along, too, because those first two guys have blasters and knives. The next two guys have blasters, stun batons, and shields.
Shields, yeah. And then the next one is a mixture of it. Even one of the guards, he's like, open the fucking doors, because they know protocol. Like, we have to all go get him. But R5 did his job.
Yeah. Yeah, so he levels up as he goes through. Well, according to that one story, Skippy the droid, I think, was referred to as he.
Okay. What a weird conversation we're having. I believe Skippy the droid was male. But didn't you see its little balls?
I love when he gets to the last one. He's having trouble with this one dude. He's like, just open it. I need some people to throw him at, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
R5 gets busted by this little mouse droid. First, you see it when it goes, because R5 sneaks up and he's like peeking around the corner and it's like going by and he's like, oh no.
Play it cool.
But I think this is the first time I've seen the lights. It busts him and it's got little police lights on top.
Yeah, dude. It's doing nothing. It's just giving somebody a whistle.
Yeah, it's literally flashing lights and just going, hey.
Security officer's like, dude, we have an actual Mandalorian infestation. We don't have time for a fucking mouse droid alert. Take it up with your friends.
He like zaps this one and it runs off and gets all its buddies. And they just come over and start slamming into him. Like, because
doing nothing.
They need to have little zappers like he has.
Yeah. Or spikes on your bumper.
Yeah. I do love, though, he opens the last gate for Mando and then flies out of there. And when he like rockets out, it blows one of these fucking little droids off the thing.
No.
It's very
man. So
funny.
you even like kid droids being hurt.
Well, it's funny. This little guy's like falling forever.
That is funny.
So they get through. He beats the shit out of those guys and find a room full of Gideon clones, which is
sexy and terrifying.
Yeah, terrifying. I mean, it's whether it's Moff Gideon or just Giancarlo Esposito, if there's 12 of them, that's terrifying.
And we're about to find out they have the Force.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that's why one of them woke up like that, because it's like, oh, I smell fucking M count.
Oh yeah, because Grogu's staring at him. Yeah.
I mean, if it's Gideon's clone, he's hungry for that fucking that Mando or a Grogu blood. I was gonna suck them little Grogu juices right at you, just a little M juice.
So I mean, theoretically, these things might not have died. Well, they will eventually, though.
He says they did.
Yeah, because it blows up their little pods and like all the liquid comes flying out. I guess because they're not done yet.
Yeah,
it's like if you took the souffle out a little too early, it just flattens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep, that's exactly what it's like. A bad flan.
Can you imagine when one of the Gideon clones gets out and he's like, "Oh my god, I think I came out too early," and he just melts,
just blobify. I'd like to see it. Yeah, because Gideon gives that whole speech. He's like, they were almost perfect, and you snuffed them out before they took their first breath. So to me, that's taking it as gospel that they're dead.
Yeah. Oh, you smothered them.
Smothered them.
Yeah, because he says he gave them all the best parts of him, but the one thing he never had, the Force, because he's there now. He showed up in his spooky helmet.
His big Mandalorian outfit, Darth Mandalorian.
And then Mando and Gideon have a bit of a fight, but it's interrupted by these Praetorian guards who just come out of the shadows again. Like, they're just hanging out behind these.
Dude.
These are like the same stacks they were behind when they came out and attacked Paz Vizsla.
So we just wait here, like this the whole time. Yeah, I told you, this is the gig. This guy wants us to kill Mandalorians. You see a Mandalorian? Oh, here comes a Mandalorian. Shut up, hold still. We've been waiting for this.
Quick, let him kill everybody else, and then
this is our time to shine. Well, we got to make ssure we look really cool, so we don't want anybody else there stealing our thunder.
All right, you get behind this one. I'll get behind this one. All right, 1, 2, 3, step out.
Remember, when you step out, walk really cool.
Make sure we're all left foot, right foot, left foot. But Grogu, no, distracts them and pulls them away. There's a quick cut back to the sky battle going on because the Mandalorians are flying around fighting the Mando troopers. I talked about it a little bit last time. And in the background of Mando and Gideon fighting, you can just see
You
these
see the
little
scrap,
rocket things,
yeah.
and then every once in a while, little explosions.
So
and
when the reinforcements get there, it's fucking dope, dude. They all come out of the drop ships like fucking killer bees, and they're flying right into these commandos. And it is that hectic film sequence, but it's good because it would be hectic. It's just zipping past each other. My favorite part was I was kind of in my head like, look at this armorer with her calipers and her hammer on her. She's the most terrifying.
Yeah.
Because the guns aren't doing much, like we've said, but she is hitting people with this Beskar hammer and knocking them out. They fall into their fucking death.
Yeah, because you see, like, they have some close-ups on her, but you also see parts where she's just kind of in the background, and she just
clubbing
like,
people.
Goes like feet down and like flies downward and just bam smashes them with her hammer.
Yeah, she ends up being one of the more terrifying ones because, like, oh my god, they're coming at us with hammers now, guys, hammers.
And Bo-Katan does some shit too because they like chase her down to the platform where Gideon and Mando are fighting, and she like does this thing where she drops down and slides on her knees and then flies off the other side and shoots knee rockets back at these dudes.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
I think we've established we love knee rockets. So
yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. One of the Mandalorians is like in a fucking grapple with one of the troopers, and you see him like pull out that wrist blade and just squelch, bury it under the armor, and then flies off. Like, yes.
Yeah, and you see some stuff too with her with the darksaber. There's just impaling dudes.
Yep,
it's pretty good.
Yep. I also wonder how much this armor would stand up to because it's the Beskar alloy, like so it's resistant to the darksaber, but not like pure.
Yeah, because the darksaber can go through Beskar, right? Or no?
No, remember that's how in season 1 Mando had that 100% pure Beskar spear.
Oh, that's right.
So it's Beskars to fight lightsabers.
Okay.
I mean that's not the only purpose, but that's why it's such a big deal.
I couldn't remember. I thought because I knew the darksaber was that Mandalorian Jedi's weapon. Mm-hmm. So I thought maybe it was like he had made it to get through that. I couldn't remember. Yeah. We cut back to
Grogu because he wouldn't want to be killed. He wouldn't want to kill Mandalorians.
Well, you never know.
He wouldn't want to kill his Mandalorians.
Exactly.
I forgot it's Mandalorians.
We come back to Grogu and they take out his fucking IG suit pretty quick, and it's
just gets stuck on. No. Oh man,
it's just this little puppet dude just running away from these fucking Praetorian guards who are like swinging. He's just hopping and flipping and jumping and jumps up on the light fixtures and like. He's literally just skittering around them and they're just getting pissed off. It's like it's like a bird got in your house.
It's like trying to swat a fly. And I'm trying to eat, dude. And that fly's like, what's up with them chicken wings? I'm like, I think you know what's up with the chicken wings. I ordered the chicken wings.
That's why you're here.
You clearly know exactly what's up with the chicken wings.
Gideon is pretty much dominating Mando. Because I don't think it's still an alloy, but it must be more Beskar because
his could be pure. His could be.
Well, because he would give himself that nobody could work with pure except for them, right?
Yes. So maybe his just a better mixture, or it's a dead Mandalorian armor that he modified.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. He would give himself the best, but yeah, that is a valid point.
He does have more coverage than the others because the other.
He's head to toe. He's Darth Vader and Darth Mandalorian.
Yeah, because the Mando troopers have like for movement, their elbows, knees, necks all uncovered basically.
And you can every time he moves
all the way down.
And every time he moves, you can hear all those servos firing and like just
yeah. Bo-Katan swoops in and saves Mando. So she fights Gideon so she's got the darksaber and he's got like a different version of the staffs that so the Praetorians I noticed this time. I didn't notice last time because it was pretty quick. One's got like a short staff, one's got like a longer staff, and one has like a whip.
Yeah, but the whip can be turned into a singular sword blade.
Oh, okay. So
it can harden. Yeah, it can like harden up and become like a normal purple sword.
Well, it's like I can't think of what it was in, some fantasy thing where it's like a sword that it just comes apart in little pieces. Probably an anime.
Yeah, it sounds like Rurouni Kenshin.
But they're fighting. Grogu ends up
I love their mixture of weapons, because one of the guys has the twin blades that can be put together to turn into a double bladed staff.
Yeah, and I thought that's what Gideon had at first, but his is just like long with a longer shock part on one side, but then a little stubby one on the other side.
His is closer to the magma droids in episode 2 or is it 3? 3, episode 3 of the prequel trilogy.
And that little thing at the bottom, I thought it's kind of like when you see like a staff or a spear of sorts in our world, where they have like the short knife on the one side and then just like a huge blade on the other side. So that way you can still like get a little jab in there.
Mm-hmm.
Grogu ends up getting pinned because they just cut these light fixtures down and
knock it off. Take your fucking toy away.
Mando runs in and saves him, and then he's fighting the Praetorian guards.
It's a fun help out from Grogu too, because the three of them can take Mando. He's got a little vibro blade too.
Yeah, and it's
he's out weaponed.
Like you were saying last time that. Because I was saying it felt like they wrote like Grogu was supposed to be here, but it could have easily been written in. But it was nice the way they did it, because he's learned more, so it's not like he gets tired after using the Force once. So he's able to like one of them swings right down at Mando, and he's able to push it back.
Yeah, and he's able to recognize at one point, like, oh, that guy's going for his weapon. Move it across the room.
Yeah,
like he's seeing threats, and he's like, all right, that's what I should do first.
He's basically playing games.
Because
there's not a lot he can do.
He's like, if I get you, I'm going to eat you. Pro murder because I am snacky.
Because apparently he doesn't have the strength yet to like actually push them away, but he can stop them.
He pushed them away a little bit, not like a forced push, more like a forced stumble. Use the Force to make you really drunk. He'll never fight me now. He's balls deep in hot wings.
And while all that's going on, he's still trying to finish up the Praetorian guards, and Bo-Katan and Gideon are fighting out on the platform. We get a call from Axe Woves coming in. This fucking dope-ass shot of this light cruiser that they stole just crashing through the atmosphere on fire. And he's just like, you might want to get the fuck out, because I'm coming in hot.
Did you maybe think that he was going to die the first time you saw it? Because like they give one of the Mandalorians that when he's like, I'll take the ship, gives him that longing look like, there goes the bravest man I ever saw. I'll never see him again.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of the setup too, is like, you know, he might not get out. He doesn't have a quick way to get out. I mean, he ends up using a rocket.
Selfish. Yeah. I'm selfishly glad that he's still here because I like him as a character, but I don't know, man. Would have had some balls to kill him off.
Yeah.
We just lost Paz Vizsla, one from that clan, Axe Wolves from this clan.
Yeah, like if he's trying to go down and something's happening and he's like, I have to stay here because the auto whatever
it'll go off course if I don't sit here.
Yeah.
This is the way.
And I mean,
dies with his helmet on.
It is kind of what he does, because he literally coming down, he shoots a rocket at this window and flies out like seconds before this thing goes into the hole. So.
He got his butthole scorched by the fire.
Well, like he calls in for them to clear out, so all the other Mandalorians start clearing out, but Bo-Katan keeps fighting Gideon.
Losing. She's losing.
Getting her ass kicked. He grabs her hand.
He's not even a good fighter. He can just take the punishment because of the armor and dish it out.
Yeah, well, and with the servo stuff, he like grabs her hand when they're fighting and he crushes the Darksaber, and he's like, well, now you don't have any of your little stupid toys, you fucking pussy.
I wonder, because he's like, Darksaber's gone. You lost everything. I wonder if it's like not salvageable at all. That crystal's unique.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about that. Like, if they can salvage the crystal, then she probably needs to build a special lightsaber handle, and she won't know how to do it. But
it'll be Grogu's.
Oh, that'd be
That's
cool.
Why. Because we've talked about it before. Can non-Force users build lightsabers? And I, in my head, say no. Because it's such a dangerous thing. Imagine that you have to put it together without physically touching it. Like you have to have telepathy or it'll blow up.
Like Mandalorians build guns and stuff, but like a guy in the real world who builds guns can't also build a nuclear weapon.
Right.
I mean, they can, but they're not like safe ones.
You know what? There's an episode of Clone Wars, the cartoon, I have to watch. It's got Hu Yang, the robot that's in Ahsoka. He's like fucking tens of thousands of years old, and he has every record of every lightsaber that they've ever built.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So there's a episode or two of the cartoon that has him in it that I'd like to go back and revisit.
Because he helps lost guy that they save build a new one, right?
Ezra?
Yeah. Or not doesn't help him build it, but like gives him pointers.
The schematics.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but in my head canon, you can't build it unless you're a Force user. And also, I mean, like, it's an ancient tradition that needs to be done with anyway, like Mandalorian culture. It's just like, it's like a Monty Python skit. Like, they're the ruler because they have the Darksaber. Well, that's not a very good system.
Well, and that's the thing.
I didn't vote for it.
Because he's like, you've lost everything, and Mandalorians are weak when they lose their trinkets. But also he's saying, like, without that, they won't let you lead them. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure after this, she's good.
Yeah, I think we're okay.
But like after he says that, she's like, "No, we're stronger together." And then here comes Djarin with the backup, just blasting at Gideon. Like it's not going to do anything, but it knocks him off
staggering
balance.
him. It's staggering him, and then Grogu does the Force thing to the pokey stick.
Yeah, because he goes for the pokey stick, and Grogu's just like, "Nope, that's going down there with the mouse droid."
It's multiple times of like, I think we saw before in season 1 maybe, but it's people just sliding in front of each other to take bullets. Like he's aimed at Grogu and Mando's all nope. And then here she comes with her beautiful little shield. Nope. You know, like,
yeah,
it's just looking out for each other.
I mean, he's got his armor on
Mandalore,
but if Gideon goes for the head, well,
what if they shot you in the face? It's a risk we're willing to take.
Geeks with Beards.
Do you like action? How about a little comedy? Join the Geeks with Beards podcast. When I ask the question, why do people like Magneto?
What the beep?
We cover all the eras. Golden, silver, bronze, and modern.
Then you need to check out the Geeks with Beards podcast. Available on all streaming sites right now. Geeks with Beards.
If you really enjoy listening to Bad Movies, Worst People, just so you know, we do have Patreon. We have 2 different tiers.
That's right. Patreon.com/worstpeople. We have a $3 tier where you get early access to Han Took Shots First, our Star Wars podcast. You get a monthly newsletter. You get archived episodes that are no longer available on the main feed. Plus, you get our monthly mental health episode.
Which we need.
And we do. And there's also a $5 tier where you get all of that content, plus you get ad-free episodes from the main feed, and you get access to Latchkey Vids, which is our recap show about forgotten or never known television shows from the 90s, like Cop Rock.
Too soon, man. It was just too early. It's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing. So check out patreon.com/worstpeople. Help support this crazy endeavor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Grogu does actually push Gideon here, and he takes the staff and throws it off. And then the ship just comes crashing in, and we see Moff Gideon completely consumed by fire.
Yeah, and he does the savior pose, like the
Willem Dafoe platoon.
Well, he didn't have his dick out. Oh, platoon, yeah,
platoon where he's like and they're just lighting him up.
That's like him just relegating himself to death.
Yeah.
But
did we talk about it off mic or off recording last time? Whether or not we think he's actually dead? I think we did.
I think we had it recorded. I hope and I think that he's dead. But my only point about it is they can bring him back. He's a proper villain, right? Yeah. But if we're gonna move on, what's next? Who's next? You know, and it's gonna be probably Thrawn in the Mando Grogu movie because he's back now, right?
Yeah, or maybe not in the movie, but if they go ahead with season 4, because the movie I think
you got to do it in the movie. You got to end with Thrawn. He won't be the constant bad guy the whole movie, but he'll be the last chapter bad guy.
Because he's at the end of Ahsoka, he's still in the other universe, right? Or has he come back?
He's come back at the end of Ahsoka. Okay. The only one still in the other universe is Ahsoka and Sabine.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Because he takes the ring thing and zips back. But yeah, so he gets fucking incinerated, and of course,
allegedly,
the heroes are not, because Grogu has a force shield up around them, and it's very funny when they go in through the fire.
Strong now.
They go in through the fire, and you see him holding up this force bubble, like Mrs. Fantastic. What's her Invisible Woman there? Sue Storm.
Oh yeah, Sue Storm.
Bo-Katan had put up her shield as if it were going to do anything.
I'm going to do my part.
This is a large dinner plate size. Like,
That's exactly it, dude.
She's like, look, I'm going to be burned, but my face will remain.
Maybe she had the rock and a tsunami thing going. She's like, look, if I run forward with my shield straight out, it'll break the flame. And if I'm really fast, and that's how she died on fire.
Well, she uses her rocket boots. She can go fast enough, right? And then she can.
Yeah. I'm going to get weird. You can tell when it's a stunt person because she ain't as caked.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was wondering during some of the scenes, I was like, obviously a bunch of the fighting is a stunt person, but there was some stuff where I was like, is that really her? But
yeah. I mean, I think it's anything you would think that a stunt person is.
Yeah.
Because we love some Katie Sackhoff, and I'm sure she has some stage combat fighting, but not like this.
Oh, speaking of stunt people, I thought of this while I was watching because it was my second time, so I didn't have to pay as much attention. We've talked about how the Mandalorian stunt double, the one that does most of the fighting, is named Lateef Crowder.
Uh-huh.
And that made me think of the Crowders from Justified, which made me think of, what's his name? Baby Billy.
Timothy Oliphant. Oh, Walton Goggins.
Walton Goggins. And then I started thinking, who is Walton Goggins playing in Star Wars?
All right. He can't do the Southern affectation. I don't want to hear this changes. Like, he just can't do that, right? Because otherwise he has to be some sort of junker. He's got to be some fucking... He would be a good... his teeth are too good to be Rebellion.
I was thinking at first like a bounty hunter type.
Warlord.
And then I thought about that, like a local warlord. And then I thought it would be cool to have him be like another Mandalorian if we're doing it in the Mandalorian TV show.
I don't like him as a Mandalorian at all.
No, I like it.
I don't. He's too high up. He's too executive. Like, he's got to be running something. You just think bounty hunter because of his gunslinging kind of thing, and it would be good, but I don't know. He's too Walton Goggins now. Like, you need what Fallout did was great. They ghouled him up. You know, we gotta put him in a face.
Make him a Gleep Glop, and then he's good to go.
Yeah, Gleep Glop him, dude.
So we have all the wrap up stuff because they're presenting it as the end of the series. Of course, it can always continue because of what happens, but like we go to the Living Waters. We see Ragnar, Paz Vizsla's son, taking the creed. Mando and Grogu are there, and he's like, "Hey, so this is my apprentice. He's no longer a foundling, so you got to add him to the song.
Can't take the creed. Sorry, dude."
Yeah. He's like, "Okay, but if a parent said it's cool, then it's cool." And she's like, "Yeah."
And I like what she says because I think it's them giving us a little clue or making me overthink. Because she goes, his parents aren't here if they're even alive. Yoda and Yaddle.
I mean, they're the only two we've seen, and they're male and
But
female.
we also don't know how this species. I've always kind of thought it's like a Force egg. Like, when the Force wants it, needs it, it's like, here's a really powerful being.
Something frog-esque.
No, they eat frogs, dude.
No, he finds out he breeds like frogs, and he's like, "What have I been doing all this time?"
Oh no!
So a Yaddle lays a bunch of eggs, and then a Yoda comes along and sprinkles them with the Force.
I don't like it anymore. I think it's something that grows out of a fucking tree. Like, there's some universal life tree on some planet we're never going to find. This is just me making this up. Like, there's no evidence of this. But when this tree of life on this planet deems it necessary, or when it's a certain amount of time, it's like, here's another one.
Oh, that other one's almost 900. We should sprout a new one.
So we could meet another female, because Yoda Yaddle seem to be the same age bracket. So maybe the Force gives you two at a time.
Yeah. That way they can, they got to go back to the tree and then squirt their Force on it.
Squirt. Talk about an M count.
So he's like, "Okay, well, I'm going to adopt him, and then we can put him in here." It's much like the parent of an actor in the 80s, say Brooke Shields, where it's like, she's not old enough to consent to being nude on camera. What if her parent said it's okay? Well, then it's perfectly acceptable in the 80s.
I still can't believe that she sued and lost. She was like, look, I'm a child. You have pictures of me as a naked child. Take them down, like remove them. And they were like, no.
Yeah. America.
Just disgusting, dude. America indeed.
You heard of these things called the Epstein files?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we love.
Yeah, that's our new political party.
I had to fill out all my taxes, and I was like, guess where this money's going? To a bunch of perverts. But anyway.
Wait, you're giving me money?
I'm going to adopt him. This is the way. There's a lot of this is the waying in these next couple of minutes.
You finally get someone like, this is the way.
I'm sure it's probably the way.
This way. Oh, this is the... All right, who's making the funny voices? This is the way.
So now he is Din Grogu, Mandalorian apprentice, and he just starts talking to the living waters. He's just like,
he's just yib yabbing all over, and I like it because he's like starting to get a little bit more dialect.
Yeah,
you know,
the sounds seem to mean something now instead of when he was younger and it was just blah.
Blah. But he's talking to the Mythosaur.
Yeah, because we have the underwater camera go down and find him.
It's a fairly rare Jedi power to be able to like communicate with animals and calm them. We see Rey do it, but that's because she can do everything.
Well, it's because nobody ever wants to, like, when you're filling out your character sheet at the beginning of the game, you're like, speak to animals.
That sounds stupid.
When would I ever need that?
Why am I going to spec into charisma? Talk your way out of anything.
Oh, you know what? Actually, that makes perfect sense. If they spec into charisma, because they're sorcerers.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Knights of the Old Republic, I always fucking maxed out charisma as soon as I could because it opened up dialogue options that were more rich in the story. If you went dark side, there's a guy that you just tell him and his gang to jump off the fucking bridge, and they do. But then you lose out on XP.
It's like True Lies. You're like, you tell him to jump off the bridge, and he's like, no, look at my little dick.
What a fucking Sith piss himself, man.
But yeah, we see the Mythosaur one more time. They relight the Great Forge.
He's got, the Mythosaur has like a look of like, huh, I can hear you.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm hearing some yip, yip, yip.
I hear somebody up there yub-nubbing me.
And if this fucking animal, I mean, this animal could probably understand him. And we always know that the fucking Mandalore has to conquer the Mythosaur. The Mandalorian is Grogu. That's it.
We finally solved it.
Yeah. No, we called it. We talked about this early on when this recording of this show that he is the Mandalorian.
Well, and that's probably how they'll do that at some point, and that's how they'll get around the fact that he can't talk. They'll be like, well, he's riding Mythosaur, so Creed or no, here's your little helmet, dude.
Put that in your fucking song.
They relight the Great Forge, and the armorer like lights a torch and literally passes it to Bo-Katan.
Get it? A little on the nose.
For Mandalore! And they all do their little X-Men thing.
Yeah. Wakanda sometimes. Wakanda.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda sometimes.
So we wrap. Well, we have two more little things, I guess, because he flies the N1 to that beach bar where Carson Teva's still hanging out, getting drunk. He's like,
"Fucking,
we can't do a lot. We can't do a lot out here in the Outer Rim because they told us we're not allowed. No, it's because you're hammered. Nope. Mai Tai, please.
Mai Tai. Might I have another drink? Is what I was asking you. They don't have cocktails here. It's just straight spots.
Of course, the first thing Grogu does is do a front flip up to get some snacks.
Snacky time.
But Mando's there with a...
That should be his catchphrase, dude, when he beats somebody up. Throws him across the room. Snacky time. It's like Snacky Chan. Kick, punch, snack.
Rumble in the crunch.
Okay.
That was the best I could come up with.
Yeah. Rumble in the brunch.
There you go. See, better.
Well, you got me there.
But his proposition to Carson Teva is like, I'm going to work for you guys so I can teach, because this guy's my apprentice now, and I need to teach him my trade, which is bounty hunting. So I'm going to work for you to hunt down Imperial remnants. But, you know, he's like, well, the New Republic will never allow that. And he's like, sure. But they don't give a fuck what happens out here.
Yeah, they won't you're not going to tell them.
Yeah. You tell me, and I'll tell you if I accept the job. Basically, he's
think about it.
He's like, it's on a case by case basis. So don't come to me with this like, we need you to wipe out a species thing that you guys do to everybody.
Yeah, I'm not having any part of your fucking genocide. I wanted to mention, like, just going back a little bit, because it's the armor that says now you're a bounty hunter by trade. You need to take him and teach him the way that your learner or whatever your teacher did. If Disney wants to, there's a prequel show. Young Din Djarin,
Baby Din.
Now and Din.
Oh, they've got a good 80s theme song queued up for that already. Now and then. And then the guy who trains him, the Mandalorian who saved him, is now.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Now and then. Perfect.
That
God,
kind
they
of
should hire us.
That ties into our Latchkey Vids of the month, because it's TNT, because it's Mr. T and his sidekick is something with a T. Terra something.
Terracotta.
TNT, now and then. That's the same idea.
Perfect.
But they need to do it.
It's the same exact idea.
They need to do it like low resolution video cameras,
Single camera show.
He does want to take this IG head that's up above the bar.
Why wouldn't you?
Because they got to fix the IG. You can't not have IG-11 in the show now.
Also, if New Hope taught me anything, it makes a great drink dispenser at a bar.
So then they head back to Navarro. He gets a deed to a cabin outside of town and presents Grief Karga. Thank you. He presents Grief Karga with a brand new shiny IG-11 as the new Marshal of Navarro without asking. He's just like, I've got a present for you. Here's a robot. He's going to run your city.
Sorry, I didn't say that right. Here's a reprogrammed murder bot.
Don't worry. He only murders bad guys.
The Azalans are the best droid smiths in the galaxy, so it's going to work.
Yeah. And then the last shot is Din Djarin chilling on the porch, presumably drinking some spatchka, smoking a death stick.
Yeah.
As Grogu tortures frogs. And we get like this fucking Looney Tunes cartoon ending, like, pew, whoop, the little iris into him, and then he's just killing a frog. The end.
Yep. And no afterbirth. No stinger. I couldn't think. Post credits.
I mean, at this point, I don't know.
Afterbirth is what it's called from now on.
Well, that's right. Like, that's why I was saying, like, they wrap this up. Like, yes, there could be continuing adventures, and we know there will be because there's a movie coming. But they wrap it up in such a way because I think they didn't know what was going to happen. Because
yes,
the Mandalorian we talked about came along and like reinvigorated Star Wars, but then it was like Mandalorian, Boba Fett, Obi-Wan, all these shows coming out all at once, and people were like, "Oh, Star Wars."
So I think you kind of nailed it. They wanted to move on. This was it. It wrapped up, and yes, he was going to have cameos here and there, but then nobody liked any of the shows. Even Ahsoka was not widely loved.
No, I know a bunch of people hated it, and there's a bunch of people who were like, "But I didn't watch the cartoons, so I can't get it." And I'm like, I didn't have a problem following it at all.
Yeah, we'll discuss that more for sure, because that's our next series after we do the Mando Grogu movie. But yeah, I think that they were wrapping it up and was like, oh shit, people don't like these other ones. Let's do the tying in of the universes now rather than later.
Yeah.
I still think this Mando Grogu movie is going to end with them getting to the other galaxy.
Or
they have to not be here for the sequel trilogy.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, there's still plenty of time.
Yeah.
At least 9 years.
Yeah.
But they're not dead because it's Star Wars. It's Disney.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, so, we wrap up the series when we do this, or when we do the seasons, we wrap it up with a rating, lightsaber rating. I wish I could remember any of our other ratings, but I didn't keep records of that because I'm a horrible person.
It's true, and I'm worse.
So what are your final thoughts and your final rating for this season?
It is like the weakest of the seasons because it's I don't know, like more video gamey, but we do get the moments that we talked about that were awesome. Jetpack fight scenes are cool. Mandalorian's cool. Praetorian Guard, cool. That being said, I'll give it like a 3.5 out of 5 because I didn't find myself needing to watch the next episode as much.
Yeah, I mean, the only time that happened to me was when we did
The finale.
The second to last one. I was like, well, I got to watch the next one.
Yeah.
Whether we record it or not today, I'm watching it.
So, yeah, that's my final thoughts. 3.5. Could have been worse. Could have been better. I'm hopeful for the Mando Grogu movie.
Yeah, I mean, we talked a lot about the main problems, which all seem to be the episodes that we felt like were probably pulled from Rangers of the New Republic. So maybe it wouldn't have been good, or maybe they were just weird because they were throwing them into this story.
I mean, that's what this season might have just been anyway. Like Rangers of the New Republic, Cara Dune helping out the Mandalorians. They're like, well, shit.
And then we have the finale be this, kind of like it was with Boba Fett, where the finale was we bring back Mando and we have the big crossover.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the finale would have been Mando comes back, Bo-Katan comes back, they all have to fight Gideon.
Yep.
We just did it without Cara Dune.
So there is a scramble there.
Yeah. I think 3.5 is about right, because there's some really good stuff. There's some really weak stuff. And even in the good ones, there are weak moments. But it's hard at the end because these last two episodes are so much fun. It's like when you're watching a movie that's not great. It's okay. And then the end rules and you leave and you're like, well, that kind of ruled.
Yeah.
Like, sure, for the first hour and a half, I was like, but when is the stuff going to happen? And then for the last 20 minutes, everything happened. And then you leave.
Excuse
and you're
me,
all
I'm here
juiced
for the
up.
stuff.
You know, it gets you all juicy. So,
Oh, juicy.
yeah, I think 3.5 is
juice.
good, which is definitely the lowest. I think we both went 5 on the last two, if I'm remembering.
I mean,
or
5
close
on
to.
five on season 1 for me, like for sure. Season 2, there's probably something there. I went 4 on, or 4.5, but yeah, diminishing return on this season, but it's still fun, dude. It's, I mean, you know me, I can fucking watch anything Star Wars.
Yeah.
3.5 doesn't mean I'm never going to watch it again.
Yeah.
Like there's times that I will put everything in chronological order and watch it. And I'm not even just talking about live action.
I mean,
that's a week, dude.
You, unlike me, have watched Rise of Skywalker since 2019.
True.
Do you ever put together that Rise of Skywalker might have caused COVID?
Huh.
It came out Christmas 2019. When did COVID
Full
start?
theaters.
Christmas 2019.
Full theaters.
I mean, we didn't get shut down yet, but that's when it started spreading.
Yeah.
So I blame J.J. Abrams.
I think we all do.
J.J. Abrams
blame
and Reddit.
You can always blame Reddit.
But so the next thing we're doing in chronological order, as you said, is the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, which comes out May 22nd. I think what we're going to try to do is have an episode the next week, because that's the way our every other week timing works out. So I don't know the exact date, but it'll be the next Wednesday. Obviously, it'll be a shorter episode, not spoilery. We'll just talk about our thoughts like we've done with new movies in the past.
Yeah.
When we did new shows on here, we went a little bit more in depth, but we tried to give people time to watch them. But like over on the main feed, when we did The Running Man, or when we did our stuff on YouTube for new movies, we tried to be spoiler light.
I don't know.
We'll see.
My thoughts are we might just do a review of it.
I mean,
because it's going to be coming out later than people will have time to see it. And if they don't want to, we'll put a big spoiler warning on the beginning anyway. And we'll tell you how in depth we're going to go.
Yeah, because it comes out May 22nd. Our episode would be May 27th. So, I mean, you'll have a weekend, but you don't have to listen to it the day it comes out. We appreciate it.
Yeah, just download it.
Yeah, download it.
Just download it. Have it ready to go. Like a piece of gum under a public table.
If we start talking about it and we get super into it, then I'll just go back and record a thing that's like, this is literally the movie. Please take that.
That was
into
my
account.
idea. That's what I was just talking about.
Yeah, so.
But it's only good when it's his idea, guys.
But between now and then.
Wait, now and then?
Between now and then. On May 13th, 2 weeks from now, we would normally have an episode, so we're gonna have an episode. We're doing something, a little different again.
You got a little Italian there. We're doing something.
We're doing something
different.
Again. Sorry, I just watched that first Super Mario Brothers fucking animated movie, so I got to do the fake Italian accent he was doing at the beginning there.
Yahoo!
Jack and I are going to watch the new Darth Maul Shadow Lord.
Maul Shadow Lord. They're dropping the Darth.
Okay. Oh, because he's
that
not.
That is on purpose.
Yeah, makes sense because he's not associated with them anymore, right?
Right.
So Maul Shadow Lord. We'll watch the whole
10
thing.
episodes of that,
and we'll do like an episode that kind of. Obviously, it won't be a step-by-step through all 10 episodes, but we'll do like a wrap-up.
It's animation. It's animation, so we're not going to go, our normal in-depth thing, and we'll just kind of give you general thoughts and some of the things we want to talk about.
Yeah, so tune in 2 more weeks to hear us talk about Maul Shadow Lord.
Perfect.
And then our next episode on the main feed, it's May, so we're doing May. And we're going to be talking about
Amazing Grace.
We're talking about mummy movies all month long. Starting off with the 3 Brendan Fraser mummy movies. And the first one will be our Patreon. So the second one, The Mummy Returns, will be the next episode coming up on the main feed. And as far as this month goes, if you join our Patreon at patreon.com/worstpeople, we've got Latchkey Vids about TNT going on over there. And we have Sorry to Bother You on as our mental health episode, which was requested by one of our patrons. And as April is mental health month, I was like, well, let's pick his mental health movie and do that for our mental health movie.
Hell yeah.
That's available on Canopy, which is a library app that's free. And I recommend you get it that way.
What's the name of the movie? I know you just said it.
Sorry to Bother You.
I wouldn't have come up with that. I got to put that in my search history so I remember it.
It's on Canopy, or it's you can buy it on Apple for $10, but it wasn't on like Prime or anything, at least as of recording time.
Oh, weird.
But that'll be it. So check that. Oh, and also on the Patreon feed, you get these episodes early, ad-free, and uncut when I don't fuck up and forget to do it early, like I did earlier this month.
Director is Boots Riley. So Boots Riley looks exactly like you think he would. Fuck yeah.
So that'll be it for The Mandalorian Season 3. I've been Derek.
I'm Jack.
And this is the fucking way.
This is the fucking way. Carabas Scughole. This is the least amount of clothes I think I've ever worn and been clothed. No undershirt, no underwear. Just a thin layer of pants and a thin layer of shirt separating you from my fucking pink parts.
Well, and an internet.
Yeah, but I think my pink parts can make it through the internet. It's going to smell of cum and rich leather. Sorry, rich leather's a guy I know.
Oh, gross.
He's the one that made the cums.
Cum and rich mahogany.
Oh, you know rich mahogany too?